You know, I never thought my life would turn into this nightmare, but here I am, sitting in my old study at the Harrington Mansion just outside Chicago, still shaking my head over how it all went down, starting with that gut-wrenching moment I walked through the door early from a business trip and found my little girl, Lily, only 5 years old, crumpled on the cold tile floor, her tiny hands clutching a soaked rag, tears streaming down her face while her stomach twisted in pain. My second wife, Victoria, stood there on the stairs, sipping her red wine like nothing was wrong, barking at her to finish scrubbing. "You lazy thing, guests are coming tomorrow." And when Lily whimpered about her belly hurting, Victoria just sneered. "Pain builds character, darling, now get to it." I froze for a second, heart pounding, before rage took over, scooping Lily up as she whispered, "Daddy, I called for you. But you didn't come." And right then, staring into Victoria's cold eyes, I knew this wasn't just a bad day, this was betrayal, deep and calculated, rooted in her jealousy over my late wife Sarah's memory and her hunger for the tech empire I'd built from nothing, seeing Lily as nothing but an obstacle to controlling it all. It escalated fast after that. Victoria tried playing the remorseful card at the hospital, flowers in hand, murmuring. I panicked. Alex, she was faking it like always, but I wasn't buying it anymore, especially when Marcus, our quiet gardener who'd been with us for years, slipped me a USB drive in my office, saying, "Sir, you need to see this before you sign anything over to her." Listening to those recordings, her voice hissing on a phone call. Once the kid's out of the way, the trust fund's mine, and Alex is too grief-stricken to notice. It hit me like a freight train, her not loving me or Lily, just coveting the billions Sarah and I had scraped together from late-night coding sessions in our tiny apartment, back when life was messy but full of real warmth, cinnamon scents from Sarah's baking, and Lily's giggles at dawn. I confronted her that night, papers in hand, roaring, "You abused my daughter, you plotted to steal everything." And she dropped the mask, laughing coldly. "You were blind, Alex, drowning in guilt over Sarai deserved this empire, and I'll burn it all before I let you keep it," storming out as I called the cops for child endangerment and fraud. But she didn't vanish quietly, no. She struck back hard, leaking scandals to the press about my instability, turning some staff against me with promises of cash, even setting a fire in the East Wing one midnight, flames licking up the curtains while we scrambled to get Lily out, her coughing in my arms as Marcus shouted, "This is her doing, testing how far you'll break." We set traps after that, catching a maid whispering intel to her over the phone. Then masked intruders creeping toward Lily's room. Turned out one was my own driver, bought off, blade in hand, stammering. She promised me riches, as I pinned him down, fury boiling, thinking how close she'd come to snatching my girl, all because her ego couldn't handle being second to a ghost and a child. In the end, it all exploded in that packed downtown hall during her big tell-all press event. She stood there in her sleek black dress, tears fake as ever, spinning tales of me as the controlling tyrant, her hired witnesses nodding along. He isolated the poor girl, coached her lies, but I crashed it with evidence in tow, playing those damning tapes for the world, her voice sneering. "Break the brat, claim the fortune." Gasps rippling through the crowd as financial trails linked her to the fire and break-ins. Then Lily appeared, brave little thing, escorted by Marcus, her voice trembling but clear. She hurt me, made me scrub when I was sick, laughed at my tears. And Victoria snapped, lunging with a shriek. "You ruined it all, you stupid child." Security hauling her away as cameras flashed, her threats echoing. "This isn't over, Alex, I'll haunt you forever." The headlines flipped overnight, her empire of lies crumbling, arrests following for arson and conspiracy, my company wobbling but surviving because truth finally won out. Or did it? Looking back, I wonder if justice ever fully erases the scars Lily's nightmares linger, and sometimes I catch myself glancing at shadows, questioning if greed like hers ever truly dies, or if it's just waiting in the wings of every ambitious heart. What do you think? Was I right to fight fire with fire, or does revenge just breed more monsters? Drop a comment below, share your take on justice in families torn by power, or a story from your own life where love beat the odds. Let's talk, because these things hit closer to home than we admit.